The Invisible Man is an example of a thriller done right. After the success of his indie hit Upgrade, Leigh Whannell writes and directs a film that leverages on a few key elements to form a well-rounded horror thriller. And in the next few minutes, I'm gonna make the argument that this is a film that is almost as good as an Invisible Man movie could be. Spoilers ahead, and here we go. The Invisible Man is incredibly anchored to its central theme: control. We see this in three different ways. First, the subject matter. You could probably do a lot with the concept of a person who becomes invisible, and Leigh Whannell does so much of it.
Usually in the past, when we've seen the Invisible Man, he's been represented by the hat and the sunglasses, and to me that's the Visible Man. Like, what I wanted to do is make a film about an enemy or a threat that was truly invisible.
He upgrades the movie to tell not only a story about control, but how that control leads to power over people. This power takes the form of Adrian, the ex-lover of our protagonist, who exploits his wealth, influence, and intelligence to display his power over our hero, Cecilia Cass. This makes it a very timely movie, considering the political climate surrounding the Me Too movement and the effect of wealthy, powerful men who can use their money and influence to silence or discredit the victims they have abused.
Unfortunately, if you have enough power, enough intelligence, and enough money, then you can ruin someone's life, and I feel like that was the scariest thing for me.
The film also comments on the role of technology in hiding the truth, as Adrian uses his cutting-edge optic suit to become invisible, making Cecilia's life a living hell and turning all her loved ones against her. This is similar to how we use technology and social media to spread information, which, through hype and mob mentality, controls the narrative of what's really going on. Now, I'm not here to say that technology is bad, but that the influence of technology can be an invisible force, and it's because of this that The Invisible Man is a good example of how the truth can be controlled.
I'm drawing all these parallels. You're talking about tech being used to suppress and torture somebody. So I think there's a real paranoia about tech that lives inside me that just keeps coming out in these screenplays.
But Leigh Whannell doesn't stop there. He also uses cinematic language to his advantage, moving the camera in ways which show that he is in complete control of his audience. He uses long takes in enclosed spaces, building tension as well as claustrophobia. More than once he does these slow pans to the sides, as if telling us there is something sinister there which we cannot see. This in turn creates fear out of pretty much nothing, really. The sound of the house is also designed to be off-putting, with creaks and bumps of all sorts, putting us on edge at all times. From a filmmaking perspective, Whannell is also telling us that we are, in effect, defenseless, and our senses are being completely controlled by the camera and the storytellers behind it.
And I got excited about the idea of pointing the camera down an empty corridor and making the audience tense. Like, if I can make the audience tense just by looking at an empty room, then I've succeeded in some way. So it's all about the audience's paranoia driving their enjoyment of the film.
Lastly, I think this may get overlooked because it's so simple, but Leigh Whannell made a very good scriptwriting choice by telling the story from the point of view of the victim, not the Invisible Man. By putting us in Cecilia's shoes, Whannell puts us in a position of powerlessness, where we have relinquished control to an unseen entity. Our paranoia and panic grows with Cecilia as she deals with the aftermath of her paralyzing relationship with Adrian. We empathize with her fear and frustration as the people around her start thinking that she's crazy, and we dread the futility of trying to gain control because, again, it's what we cannot see that is controlling us.
One thing that Leigh and I did that I really loved and it was really fun was we would, even in scenes that he's not supposed to be in, we would put him in the room imaginatively, and that way we would create a sense of tension.
Up until the midpoint of the movie, we wonder if all the weird things Cecilia sees is real or if it's all just in our heads. And to be clear, all of this is only possible because of a powerhouse performance by Elisabeth Moss, who manages to be disturbed and vulnerable, but also adamant in her conviction and values. It is this last attribute that makes the final act of the movie so satisfying. Where we spent most of the film feeling controlled, we see a shift in the power dynamic as Cecilia takes it upon herself to outsmart the Invisible Man and regain control, remaining dedicated and calculative in her pursuit of not just justice, but freedom. And I think this is a plight that many women and men have today. And while I definitely do not condone violence of any kind, Cecilia's act of killing Adrian is metaphorical in that she is killing the demon of her past, a feeling inside of her that was controlling her mind and actions all along. And this is the same feeling we have that holds us back, the feeling that we sometimes do not have control over our own lives. And it raises the question of whether we actually have that control right now. The Invisible Man symbolizes these intangible things that influence our relationships, our life decisions, and our successes. And it all came from a terrifying script, directed and controlled by Leigh Whannell. Hey guys, hope you are well and that you enjoyed the video. I thought The Invisible Man was an excellent movie, but what did you guys think? Leave a comment below to let me know your thoughts. I will be back with another video for you guys soon, so until next time, have a great week ahead, maximum hype, and I'll see you next time.